You know, I went from, hey, I'll come back to powerlifting to being told you're gonna need a kidney transplant in 3 days. The thing that ran through my head first wasn't like anything I did, it's all the stuff you don't do, right? So I'm like, man, I've been a shitty uncle, like a bad brother. Is this it? Like my nieces and nephews aren't even gonna know who I am. Longevity is my primary goal.
Right. Around the corner from every PR is a potential disaster.
A lot of guys now are like trying to build a profile before they even do anything to accomplish it. To me, being jacked and strong is like bottom of the priority list. I like doing it. I like working out. I won't stop. If I don't bench 500 again, is to get a crush. Like I'm okay with never benching 6.
Right.
I'm okay with not competing anymore. What all your dumbbells?
Yeah, those are old school dumbbells from like.
Where's the rest of them?
Oh right, yeah, the bigger ones. I don't need them over here. I have a larger set of dumbbells at the other gym at the studio when we go over there.
You still got that going?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, not really. No, I don't have super training. We just have like a podcast studio. But I took half the equipment from super training and put it here, and then the other half is at the studio that you'll see later.
Me with the baby weights. He's not gonna do that.
Yeah, I was like, Steve's gonna get hurt if he tries to.
I'm a liability at this point.
Tries to lift anything heavy. I was just thinking about it the other day, like powerlifting training when you're training for like a meet, it butts you right up against 100%. You know, whether it's a triple or a set of 5 or whatever it is, like you're gonna go pretty heavy, and it's gonna be iffy. Like, hey, I'm gonna go for a set of 5. You tell everybody I'm gonna go for a set of 5, might get 4.
Yeah.
Right, and the 4th rep might be shitty, and everyone else is like, is he gonna go for a 5th rep? You know, and then you either rack it or you decide like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. But most training that I've ever done is not anything like that.
Right.
And I think that the perception is that training is always that way. Right. It's always like this roll of the dice. And it's like, no, even when you're powerlifting, the rolling of the dice is really only for when you're getting closer to competition. And some of that is almost like, I don't even know how much of that you actually need, looking back on it.
Yeah, I agree.
You need some of it.
Yeah.
Like the mental side, you need to switch. You know, if you're going to deadlift fucking 800 pounds, you need to kind of know that you're going to be able to deadlift 800 pounds when it comes to it, right? But yeah, it just kind of makes me think, like, people always use the word hard, and I'm always like, I don't know how hard it needs to be. I don't know how hard your training needs to be. It definitely needs to be difficult. It definitely needs to be challenging. You can't only get stronger if you're advanced with 80%.
Right.
You can't get stronger with only 60%. Otherwise, that's what we would all do.
Right.
You do need the 90. You do need the 95. But do you need the 95 and the 90% and the 100%? Every week, week in, week out, the intensity, the pre-workout, the music cranked.
Right.
I mean, you guys had a great environment at Barbell Brigade. That was sick.
Yeah.
You had a bunch of guys squat over 8 and pull over 8.
Yeah. We had 5 guys all doing 2K totals.
Everybody with squat dick. Maybe you can explain squat dick to the camera.
I will not.
It's something related to like going in the cold plunge almost.
But especially now, man, like I find the lower intensity training more beneficial. Like I cannot train that hard anymore.
Right.
It'll wreck me.
Yeah, just leave you for dead. Maybe try these straps, see what you think of these things.
I use them, man. I got a pair.
Oh, good.
I buy a lot of your shit.
Sweet.
It's like, I'll be like, you know Mark Bell? They'll be like, no. And I'm like, you know the Slingshot stuff we got? Oh, yeah.
How's your gym doing? You've had your own gym for over 10 years probably now, right?
Yeah, gym's going great, man. It's definitely transitioned from what I thought it was gonna be. And but it's strong, man. We're downtown. It's
downtown Indianapolis?
Downtown Indianapolis. Smack dab in the middle. But it's generally like, we got powerlifters, we got Olympic lifters, we got bodybuilders, but it's a lot of just people from all over.
Why do I think that you're from Chicago?
Because I'm from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
but I live in Indianapolis.
Okay. How'd you land in Indianapolis?
Opportunity. So I felt like, like you said, I had a great setup in LA, and Midwest just didn't have that. I didn't want to move back to Chicago, being Illinois, and at the time, Indianapolis was one of the top 3 growing economies in the country. And then COVID kind of messed that stuff up, but it's back. Like, it's back.
Is it a little bit like Columbus, Ohio, a little bit?
More advanced, a little bit bigger. They got more, and like, dude, Eli Lilly's headquarters are there.
Oh, shit.
Meta is building out a $4 billion, what do you call it, research center. So there's a lot going there. There's a lot of young professionals moving. Like, there's over $7 billion of allocated growth just to the downtown area where my gym is.
So you felt like that would be a good place for you to like have a gym, and
oh man,
it would get good foot traffic and good people in there and all that.
Yeah, like when I opened that gym, I thought I'd have like, 100, 200 members when we were downtown, and then we did that in the first year. So
shit.
It's grown exponentially. Like, I was right to be there.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
What's your some of your advice to someone that wants to maybe own a gym?
I mean, like, the ongoing joke is don't, right? Like, everybody says don't do it, but my advice would be, you can't just build the gym you want. You got to build the gym that's needed and do more research into where that needs to be. That's probably my biggest advice.
So did you have to change your gym?
Oh yeah. I was a full-on powerlifting gym. Like, we had 5,000 square feet and no cardio, not a lot of bodybuilding equipment. And then as we've grown, we went from 10,000 square feet. Now I'm in a 12,000 square feet building, but I added like full-on locker rooms, bathrooms. We do a lot more personal training. I have a registered dietitian that works there now, and we offer a lot more for everybody, not just powerlifters.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Well, you better study up. If you want to be an owner of anything, you better kind of learn what the hell's going on, or at least hire someone that knows what the hell's going on.
That's the first thing I did, is like the things that I'm not good at, I hired somebody that was good at it.
Yeah. Because you can, like, for me, I don't really look at a lot of numbers and stuff, but you can't have, like, somebody has to look at the numbers.
Yeah.
There's got to be somebody.
I always wondered that with your business.
I've always been really free to kind of do whatever I want because my wife looks at all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what you posted about that.
She's not real, like, crazy though. Like, she does a good job. I mean, in the beginning it was just magic. I mean, you remember the original kind of Slingshot days and super training days. Just everything was just like flowing and falling from the fucking sky. It was insane.
The first time I met you, I had already known Chris from Gold, and he was like, "You should meet my brother, do some powerlifting." But the first time I actually met you was 2008 at the LA Fitness Expo. It was just you at a white table with the Slingshot.
Yeah,
and that was it.
That's all we need. That's like all we needed. People just kind of like flocked to it. I mean, there was the only game in town. There was no other elbow sleeves or knee sleeves, wrist wrap companies, none of that.
No. But you had the original Slingshot and a bench press. That was it at the booth.
I mean, the only company that was anything similar would be like Inzer. And then you had like Titan, a little bit, some similarities. But again, there wasn't really... SBD actually broke the floodgates open even wider. Like, I think I helped break the floodgates open too, in terms of that commerce, in terms of that like whole space.
Well, yeah.
With the compression cuffs and the different technology of the wrist wraps, where you can put the wrist wraps on your elbows. You see Larry Wheels do that all the time.
Yeah, now he's built the whole company around it.
Yeah, exactly. And the slingshots, the hip circles, and all that stuff. But then SBD with their knee sleeves, that like really blew a lot of things apart. The thing the learning lesson for me in that is I made knee sleeves probably about 2 or 3 years prior to that, and I just didn't like them, and I didn't perfect them. And I was just like, screw this, we're already doing good with what we have going on here. And I was a little complacent with what I was doing, and then boom, SBD came into the market. And I'm like, son of a bitch. But those guys have executed really well.
Yeah, their product is great, but I think like one thing that a lot of guys are a little bit older, but what you did was like popularize powerlifting. Like, you brought a voice to it when people weren't filming themselves. Nobody was a fucking influencer back then. So to have one space, bring, like, I can remember Brandon Lilly with Stan, Dan Green you did a lot of filming with.
Right.
And you actually made it cool.
I actually always felt that powerlifting was cool.
Yeah.
I always felt like, how is this not accepted better by people? Like, this is people just lifting their heaviest. This is such a cool expression of what a person can do. Bench, squat, deadlift. You got 3 different events. And man, does it suck to try to be good at all 3 of those.
Yeah.
And I thought, how do I show this to people? And we fuck around so much.
Yeah, it's a large group of personalities. But now you got guys that are making livings off their Instagram by doing that.
Right. People are so strong right now. It's just absolutely disgusting. I'm glad that I don't compete.
I cannot appreciate being retired more than watching like Colton go and lift.
Oh my God. And he's strong on everything.
Nah, he's got very little weaknesses.
He's strong on everything. It's insane.
He did hit me up randomly and asked me what caused my kidney failure, so I think he's worried about something.
Probably a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, which is like, well, then when I tell them I have a genetic disorder, they're like, oh, so it wasn't the trend? I'm like, well, it might have been.
Well, I'll share something with you. I have a lot of plaque. And it's kind of a similar situation. It's like, was it the steroids? You know, my dad.
Or the years of bad eating.
Yeah, years of bad eating while I was powerlifting, right? Or is it just genetics?
Genetics, yeah.
Because like my LP little a, which is supposed to be an indicator of genetics, is high. My ApoB is high without drugs. You know, I need like pharmaceuticals to drive it down.
Statins or?
Yeah, statins or Repatha, which is a PCSK9 inhibitor, which drives down your ApoB and will drive down your LDL cholesterol as well. And you see so much information about cholesterol, like, well, you don't want to lower your cholesterol because it does A, B, C.
Right.
Much like, hey, don't get a kidney transplant. Like, try to use these herbs and shit. It's like, dude, that shit's not powerful enough.
Yeah.
Like, that would be great if I could do that.
Somebody sent me Dave Palumbo's kidney stuff, and I'm like, dude, I think we're past this point.
Yeah, exactly. I can't take ashwagandha.
Yeah, no.
I can't take dandelion root. And
I have a fucking port coming out of my chest, filtering my blood. I don't think supplements are gonna help anymore.
And people are well-meaning, right? They're just trying to, share information or whatever. You want to go a little heavier, or how was that?
Yeah.
Scoot it up a little bit. I think this guy got tangled up somehow.
Yeah. Feel like you got it set for your levers.
Yeah, it's set for my my height and not your height. Who was that 40 time you did up at bb.com back in the day?
Oh, dude. Yeah. So I ran a 4.7, but that was like, I mean, you remember how fucking big I was back then. And I hadn't ran.
Yeah, weren't you like 300 or 290?
305. I broke the scale in the house. It was like me and a bunch of like smaller dudes. But yeah, I ran a 4.7 unprompted. Like no training. And then I had a 37.5-inch vert.
Those are like some insane combine numbers, like NFL combine numbers.
Yeah, well, the combine doesn't let you use the stuff I was using.
Oh. Bastards.
Yep.
There's always a catch.
Always.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, when you see someone like Colton Ingebrigt, or you see a Jesus Oliveras, like, we both love powerlifting, we both love strength sports. But like, what the hell else could those guys have done?
Well, that's what I always said, man. Like
imagine Jesus Oliveras being like a collegiate wrestler or something. I mean, he was just like, he would kill. He needs a skill, right?
Yeah.
But I imagine he'd kill people if it was combined with that strength.
You'd think, yeah. I don't know. I've always said though, like the minute powerlifting got the same excitement like D1 football does or professional sports, like it'd be over for most guys.
Yeah.
Because like the genetic pool would just.
Oh yeah.
Right now, like especially when I was doing it, like I mean, every generation it gets heavier and heavier.
Yeah.
Like,
all the freaks start showing up.
Yeah, 700-pound lifts were rare. Now 800-pound lifts were rare. Now it's like you got to be doing over 900 on a lift to even be in the conversation.
I mean, strongman is really gross. How strong you got to be if you're not deadlifting 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000 is like, all right, it's a good starting point.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit. I do remember a time when it was 800.
Yeah.
Because I remember Derek Poundstone did 800-pound deadlift for like 9 reps. And I just remember being like, holy shit, like this is the next level of strength in strongman. And then you had Eddie Hall come along and just smash all those records, you know?
Well, before Eddie was Brian, your boy.
Yeah, oh yeah, Brian Shaw's.
I just watched his documentary. That was fantastic.
I haven't seen it yet. It was good?
Dude, it's really good. You got your elbow sleeves on it.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta check it out. I heard nothing but good things.
I got a trainer at my gym right now. He's like 6'4", 300, just turned pro. Beat all the pros at his pro-am. Dude's he's a freak. He's 300 with abs. It's crazy.
I think it was fun, like years ago, when people were like diamond in the rough, and you couldn't necessarily like find people as easy. You know, like I remember Brandon Lilly had a bunch of mutants that trained with him out in Kentucky. You remember that? He had like this some big giant guy, and that guy squatted like 9 and pulled like 8.
Yeah.
And there was some guys at West Side and stuff where you're like, you just like somebody just kind of sneaks in the picture and hits a squat, and you're like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
And they didn't have like there wasn't like an Instagram. They weren't popular.
No. And a lot of them, like even the guys you're talking about, they don't even care to be relevant.
They don't give a shit.
They never did. That's what, like, I almost appreciate that more than, like, I feel like a lot of guys now are, like, trying to build a profile before they even do anything to accomplish it.
Right. Which is, they're probably excited, you know?
Yeah, that's a lot of it. Like, I always say, you know, I don't blame anybody. Like, you can't blame the hustler, right? But people that are giving these guys way too much credit for something they haven't done yet. Like, I don't know if you experience, I'm sure you do, but every day I'm at the gym, someone wants to come up to me and tell me, like, I'm going to be the next world record holder. I'm like, dude, you haven't even competed yet.
Talk us through this a little bit on what you're doing with your back, because you're really round in your back and your shoulders.
Yeah, it's
and
more.
You're not even really thinking about it, but like you have a huge. Look at the size. I mean, this guy's back is just insane.
Yeah,
and he's able to really round and stretch the lat.
It's more like my scapula. Like I try to bring my scapula towards the weight, and then as I'm coming
more like
back,
from here.
Yeah,
from
and
those
then
areas of shoulders.
When I come back, it's squeezing first, and then following through with the elbow. So squeeze, follow through.
Almost a little bit like what you would do with a pull through, except for you're pulling much lower.
Yeah.
You're not trying to, pull through. You're trying to target the traps a little bit more and upper back.
Yeah, here I'm trying to keep my elbows loose and just pull straight with the lat.
It's so strange. You really can't get to the muscles that you want to get to unless you got to be like doing the lift a certain way.
Yeah, well, I want to get to them all.
Otherwise, it's kind of getting to something else. Yeah, which isn't the worst thing. It's not the worst thing that it's getting something else, but you are trying to like target something specific sometimes. How has your family and stuff been through all this? The whole thing's got to have been hard, being someone that has a kidney transplant.
Well, dude, they're not around much, They all live in different states. My dad was close. He helped the best he could. Lauren, my wife, was like my biggest supporter. She actually was like my in-home nurse for a while, and she would do the treatments for me at home.
So she like learned a lot of shit, huh?
Well, she's a nurse, so.
That's right. That's right.
She did have to learn the home machine, but she's been in the medical field. She's actually becoming an NP right now. She wants to get into Alex's or Dr. Tatum's space a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was, dude, it was long. I think they were worried about me. There's a few times where things got pretty close. And, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do if things went bad. But we got through it. And I'll tell you what, dude, like I'm more appreciative now of the time I have and spending time with them than ever before. So
did you ever get to a point where you kind of like said goodbye to everybody?
Well, yeah, like they basically told like 2 times. Once they told me because it was a genetic factor, they couldn't figure out what was going on because it was I went into organ failure twice, complete organ failure twice, and they're like, you might not make it out of this one. And you know, it's so true. Like the thing that ran through my head first wasn't like anything I did. It's all the stuff you don't do, right? So I'm like, man, I've been a shitty uncle, like a bad brother. Like, I went to California. My family's all from the Midwest, and I was out there pretty much alone for 11 years. And you know how it is when you're young, you're kind of strapped for cash, and getting back for the holidays was tough. So I went years without talking to my brother or sister. So that was like immediately the first thing that I like regretted. Like,
Right.
not, is this it? Like my nieces and nephews aren't even gonna know who I am, you know?
Fuck.
So when I got through everything, that was one of the first things that I remedied, and we go on vacation every year and try to get together multiple times a year.
That's a really tough thing because, yeah, you're like, it's something I think a lot of people battle. Not that, I don't really think that you were this type of person, but, you know, all of us are like gymming for position, whether it be business-wise,
Oh, yeah.
you know, financially, or just even recognition, not so much being like famous necessarily, but some sort of recognition. You know, you were a high-level power lifter and you think to yourself, man, I spent all that time on myself to build up this 800-pound deadlift and these other things that I thought was cool. And then I wasn't there as an uncle.
Yeah, and for me, it was never like, you know, the recognition was cool. Mark, I was just trying to make some money, man.
Right.
Like, I wanted to leverage myself in a career, which I was able to do using the platforms that I was given. But,
Right.
you know, like the lifting was cool to me, but I was only a power lifter for 3 years.
Right.
You know, I feel like I used that time.
I remember when we met, you weren't a power lifter.
Yeah.
I kind of plucked you out of the crowd to like hit some benches at the Barbell Brigade's seminar.
Yeah,
And you were wearing jeans, I think.
I wasn't expecting a lift. I was just coming to see you and then check it, see what it was all about. Because, you know, seminar to me is like continuing education. I didn't think we were benching. And then you're like, well, what do you think you can bench? And I'm like, Mark, I've never maxed out. Like, I don't know what I can bench. But yeah, that's what made me fall in love with lifting, or the sport of powerlifting. But I had loved lifting. And then, like, you know, it's like looked a few different ways.
Right.
Like so 2018 was the last time I competed. I tore my pec at record breakers. Then I tore my quad 4 months after that, and then I went into kidney failure. So it was
And you hit a 600-pound bench in the gym, right?
yeah, I hit one
I think
several times. I hit
at
one at
Super
your
Training,
gym. Yeah, I hit one at my gym. I hit one at Barbell Brigade. I hit one in Indiana right before I competed. It's just one of those things, man. It was like combination of like if you like now that I don't know what website it is, but it shows your progression over the course of your career. And I was on a good path, and then my last 2 meets just fell off. Like one, I tore my pec, but two, I think that was just a sign of how sick I was getting. So by like the first time when I was
Dehydrated and whatever the fuck else, right?
elevated creatinine, blood pressure through the roof, like that'll fuck up your performance. So I got through the squat and I just crashed. I remember being at Jesse's gym and just like sitting in the corner. You came over, you're like, hey, finally squatted 800. Everyone's fist bumping me, but I felt like shit. You know, I didn't make weight. My ankles were like the size of my biceps. And then the meet before that, when I was going for 6 at it wasn't record breakers. I think it was SummerSlam but I squatted 771, and then I just got tired again, and I don't remember ever feeling tired in a meet.
Right.
And then you were trying to hype the crowd up. I got under the bench, and it just was not there, dude. I wasn't even close, but I don't think I was ready for it that time.
Right.
The next 2 meets, I was definitely ready for it. But, I mean, we could play this game all day, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Right.
But it just never happened.
Yeah, the great late Rick Husey from Big Iron Gym, the coach from there.
Yeah.
You know, and your situation was different. You had a disease, but like he always said that around the corner from every PR is a potential disaster.
Yep.
And you have to figure out like you really should pull back anytime you get PRs.
Yeah.
Like if you get a 20 or 30 pound PR kind of out of nowhere on any of the lifts, then maybe the next week, maybe that's a good time to not do that lift, do something different, and then rebuild. Like don't go heavy again, rebuild, bring that strength back up even stronger, you know, rather than like just showing off and trying to hit these big numbers.
Yeah. I had benched 600 for 3 years. Every year I would hit at least 600 in the gym, and then going into the meet, dialing it back, and then just running out of gas during the meet. That was my biggest problem.
Didn't you went to SMC, didn't you?
Yeah,
Right.
we played under the same coach.
Yeah.
Robert Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I was on that crazy ass team that had Chad Ochocinco and Steve Smith.
Were you?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, those guys came back for his funeral, and we all.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Shit.
I was at school when he passed.
Yeah.
So we all talked. That's crazy.
He was sick for a while. I think he was sick even
Colon
when
cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was coaching me, he like was always talking about the coach that we had, Coach Taylor at Santa Monica City College was, one of those coaches that's like one of a kind.
Yeah.
He was fun and funny.
Yeah.
He would say, "I'm gonna dry your ass out, everybody," and he'd get you running because everyone was always drinking.
Yeah.
Road work. He'd say road work today.
Work.
Road
Road
work.
work.
Dry your ass out.
Was Coach Barnett there when you were there?
No, I don't think so.
Linebacker coach.
I don't think so. No.
What position did you play?
I was a linebacker when I got there, and then by the time we got like 2 months into the schedule, everybody else was ineligible. So I ended up being nose guard, weighing 210, weighing like what I weigh now. Going I think people think junior college football like, oh, it's really not that big of a deal.
No, dude, a lot of
but the
those guys
linemen I would go
yeah.
against, they were all 280, 300 pounds. I mean,
People moved to that conference to go D1.
yeah, right.
Like we had guys from Texas,
A lot of heavy
Louisiana.
hitters in there.
Like some of those schools that have those giant Samoan dudes playing on the line.
Yep.
They were no joke.
They're guys that are never going to get the grades to like move to the next thing probably, but
Well, that's what I
they're
always said.
friggin' massive and strong and fast.
I know a few people that played in the NFL, and some of the most talented people I ever met were not eligible, not academically
Right.
eligible, or they had like personal issues out of school. But that's where all the talent was.
Need to have a lot of things line up to be a pro athlete,
Dude, yeah.
Move on to this guy. This one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've used this one once.
Oh, nice. That'd probably be pretty late for you. I'm the worst at pulling.
Yeah.
I've never been good at pulling.
What's with these guys?
Oh, I just threw different. Yeah, it's just extra weight. But yeah, they do roll around on there a little bit. Yeah, sometimes it might be hard to figure out for the length of your arms. A lot of people have the excuse of having long arms, or being tall for lifting, but you benched 600 pounds and squatted over 800 pounds. And you're not short. I mean,
No.
You're probably an inch or two taller than me.
Yeah.
Or you're 6'1", 6'2"?
Yeah, these two.
Yeah, 6'2". So like you had to sort of like make yourself thick enough
Yeah.
to where the leverages worked out for your height, right?
Added a lot of weight to my frame, and then really like focused on getting my arms bigger. Mm-hmm. Like that helped a lot when it came to benching. Like a lot of guys now don't work accessories or build up their biceps, but it's really like having bigger biceps allowed me to stabilize that weight more.
Yeah.
Especially
big biceps and triceps, forearms.
Yeah. But a lot like everybody SBDs now, they don't do the accessory
Right.
work. It's crazy.
Have you trained your traps and your neck a lot over the years, or you just
From
kind of
football, but then just carried over. Mm-hmm. I don't do anything now.
right?
Just deadlifts.
I always felt like heavy benches even helped
Yeah.
with traps for some weird. I mean, just the retraction and the stabilization. Maybe I don't know.
I feel it more in deads in my back work. I do
Yeah.
face pulls, reverse fly, do a lot of lateral raises.
You still deadlifting like kind of heavy or not really?
I did 700 for a triple on the wagon wheels. That's about as heavy as I'll go. Like, I just don't care to be stronger than that.
Right. Is that pressure like? Do your doctors tell you to avoid that or anything with a transplant or?
No, it's pretty much, so if I do heavy lifting, my creatinine will spike, which can be a little concerning, but it's not the initial spike that's concerning, because like overall the trend, you have to look at like the trend, and it's pretty stable, and that's what's more of an accurate measurement. But yeah, I wouldn't like do that and then go get blood work.
Right.
Yeah, I'd take a few days off to try to do something like that.
What was your first indication that you had some sort of kidney issue?
I got hospitalized. Yeah, I went to a clinic thinking I was sick, and
Sick in what way?
oh yeah, so I was coughing. Like, true story. This is a little embarrassing, but I've told this story before now. But I was with my wife, who was then my girlfriend, who was like 26 at the time. I was like 33, and we were together one night, and as young couples do, spent a little time in the bedroom, and then I'm going to the bathroom afterwards, and I could not catch my breath, dude.
Oh,
I was like, this is fucking embarrassing. Like, I'm getting old. I don't know what's going on. And then it got to the point where I was having like heart pressure. And then I thought, like, I'm gonna fucking die. Like, I'm gonna have a heart attack from having sex. I'm gonna be like one of these old dudes, right? They're gonna tell this story. It's gonna be embarrassing. So it subsided, and then the next day, like I said, my wife's a nurse. She's like, you gotta go to the hospital or go to the doctor. So I went to a minute clinic. They did my blood pressure. It was 175. Sorry, it was 240 over 165. Wow. So the lady looks at me. She's like, you're having a medical crisis. I can't let you leave. You have to call an ambulance. So I was like, wow. Well, I'm not, I drove here. I'm not. And she's like, no, I really cannot let you drive. So I had my girlfriend pick me up, drive me to the hospital. They got me into the cardiac ICU, and over 5 days of testing, I went from, hey, I'll come back to powerlifting, to being told, you're gonna need a kidney transplant in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Holy shit. Did you have any back pain? I know some people say that they feel...
Tell me a powerlifter that doesn't have fucking back pain.
Right.
So this was part of my problem. Like, I was having a really hard time with recovery. My energy was taking a shit. I wasn't finishing my meets, and I'm like, I didn't have the meat I wanted. Right. But tell me a powerlifter that doesn't have those things.
Right.
So like, here I am thinking I'm going through.
You're numb to those things. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just find out everybody else is a bunch of pussies. Like, they're not dealing with fucking medical issues. They're just being lame, So I'm like, oh, so when I'm talking to Andy or T or Adam, and they're telling me they have back pain and they're getting fatigue, it's not the same. Mm-hmm. But what do you know other than your own experiences?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a wild story. You're like, maybe I took too much Viagra or too much Cialis or something.
Yeah, you would think. I wish, dude. It wasn't even that. It was just like normal, run of the mill.
Man, that's crazy.
It felt like I was breathing through a straw. But with kidney stuff, it's like your kidney and then your heart. So they thought it was my heart, or then they didn't know if it was the kidney or the heart.
So that means they probably checked your heart pretty good then.
Yeah, my heart's actually, that's what kept me alive, man. My heart's actually pretty solid. I have like small left ventricle growth, but nothing that's like obstructing anything. I don't have plaque. Yep. So, and that's something that we still test to this day.
You've always eaten well. Yeah, when you were powerlifting, I guess maybe you ate a little differently, but
just more calories. But like,
you always ate a little bit more bodybuilder-ish, right? You've always had a small waist.
Yeah,
I've never really seen you. I mean, you were probably fat for what you consider. But yeah, I've never seen you like big and fat. No,
but I was. Yeah, there's like a few when I filmed for. I looked at that video and I was like, this is disgusting. I hated the way I looked.
Just because we were so bloated, though, too, is the main thing.
Oh, dude, I was D-ball, Sustanon, Deca for that one, because I was 6 weeks out. So that was the one where you were there and I tried to bench 6 at Jesse's gym and missed it. But I did that because I forgot who your guy was, called me and said, hey, you should do this for bodybuilding.com. But I fucking pulled my hamstring doing that sprint. But I still deadlifted 825 at that facility out in Utah, and then my bench was fine, but we didn't test bench there.
I tore my pec when I went to bodybuilding.com. I did like 505 or something like that for like a set of 4, and it felt like I could have done a set of 8. I was just like flying with it.
Yeah.
I got maybe almost a little too aggressive with it.
Yep.
And they're on a shitty bench, different weights.
Yep.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but sometimes when you put collars on certain bars, the whole bar becomes like real stiff and weird feeling.
Yeah.
And it was like a chrome-ish, just way different. It's like a bar soap.
Yeah.
Basically, the barbell is like a bar soap.
There's no gnarling on it.
The knurl was all weak and everything, and I was like, oh, this thing's gonna give me fits. But then when I was warming up, I did like 315 and 365 and 405, like I've never done them before.
Yeah.
It felt so easy. I was like, oh, this is gonna be cake. Like maybe I'll even go for 585 or something for today. I knew I wanted to hit 5 plates for some reps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I did like 4 reps, and maybe on the 4th one, it's like so little. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends is like, he's like, do you realize how crazy that is? He's like, he's like, you're basically a professional athlete. You're not treating yourself like one.
Yeah.
He's like, Usain Bolt would never pull a hamstring or tear something, going onto some track lesser than what he's used to training on.
Yeah, he would do like a
Puma or somebody. Yeah, Puma or somebody would come to him.
You're not
you know what I mean, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not pulling him off the track.
But like that's the thing is that we say like similar to or like professional. There is no professional powerlifters.
No, we don't get treated
like you were able to make a career for yourself, but it wasn't through powerlifting.
Right.
It was like utilizing powerlifting, but
Right.
it was building products.
And what I was trying to do is I was trying to make people feel like a pro.
Yeah.
Like when I brought people to the gym.
Dude, you did. It was a unique experience for me, and it was something that I've always.
Remember, I brought all you guys together, like Stan and
multiple
T.
times.
Pula
Yeah,
and
we did a few things where it was like, yeah, Larry was there. Back when Larry was somewhat.
Then we got that epic picture on the deadlift platform.
Another picture I don't like.
You guys are just you guys all look fucking insane though.
Yeah. Mutants deadlifting.
Yeah, the Mutant League. I never really thought the way that the guys train right now, I never thought it would work. I don't know if you know what I mean, but like a lot of guys, they do, they'll bench, squat, and deadlift on the same day. Have you ever done that before?
Dude, I see it every day. That's all these guys do now. And I didn't think it would work either, but it works really well for some of these guys.
I can't believe how often Jesus Oliveras is hitting these crazy numbers.
You know his coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he trained at Barbell Brigade forever.
Yeah, he was trying to build his bench up, and I love the dude, Joey, but he was like benching 405 every day.
Yeah.
That was his max.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a daily 405. I'm like, dude, how is this progressing? And I don't think it worked for him, but he's got some kind of recipe that works well for his guys. Because he's been coaching Russ and Jesus.
Well, that guy's a great example. Joey's a great example of, somebody that perseveres. Because like he was kind of made fun of, right? Like that group was really strong.
Yeah.
And everybody would sort of tease him a little bit, but he kept working on it. And he found a recipe.
We never teased him. It was
just like normal. Like we all tease each other.
But the biggest like debate there was like Joey was 100% natty guy,
right,
and all of us were besides Adam were pretty much juice,
right?
So, and it was
for him to bench 405 is actually pretty damn good because he's not heavy.
He wasn't at that time.
He's not a heavy.
I think he weighs
guy.
like 230 now.
Okay.
Yeah, but back then he came from like 185.
Yeah, right.
And all natural. So
right. Yeah, that's another thing to get made fun of, though.
What part?
It's being natural.
Really?
Being natural. Yeah, you always talk shit to the natural guy. You're like, what are you doing? Why are you natural? I don't understand.
It's a lack of commitment.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what Louis always said. Louis didn't understand it.
I never really care what anybody else is doing. I got guys now that are like, I'm going to jump on. I'm like, why?
It does complicate a lot of things.
Dude, it's a risk.
It depends on what you're going to hop on, too. Like, and it's rare, though, but if someone's literally only going to take testosterone, It's like I don't really see much harm with that, but it's only going to move the needle so much.
Yeah, agreed. But also, like, my whole thing now, man, and I don't know, but how much you've paid attention to the shit I've posted over the last couple of years, but it's all transition to, like, get your shit looked at.
Yeah.
Have medical supervision. Even if you're going to do performance, like, you got to have guidance. Because, like, the stuff I was being told, you know, I'm talking to the other guys that are using, I'm going, like, I hung out at Gold's a lot, listening to those bodybuilders. Half of them are dead now.
You're flying around blind.
Yeah.
You know,
like, you remember Doug?
Yeah.
That was a guy I would talk to all the time about that shit. And I was like, seems like a lot, you know? Like when he would tell me what he was taking, and I like always felt like I was taking the same as everybody else, but now, like, dude, Mason's dead. A lot of guys are dropping dead at early ages.
Yeah, a lot of guys from that gym. A lot of guys from Gold's Gym, Venice.
Yeah.
Doug, unfortunately, had other drugs, too.
I know.
At play.
Yeah.
Not that steroids aren't dangerous.
No, but you combine the two.
They are, and they can be.
Right. But, yeah, I agree, man. Like, I think medical oversight is where it's at.
Well, because then you at least know what to do. I mean, what about even just from a nutrition standpoint? I mean, you're thinking about going on a particular diet, but maybe you're like myself. Maybe you have plaque,
right? And
then maybe that makes you determine, hey, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't roll the dice with eating so much saturated fat.
Yeah.
Because there is some evidence that saturated fat can be problematic.
Right. And that's not even something that you would suspect, like being light now and how much cardio you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Your resting heart rate being as low as
My mother-in-law right here, she had to get a triple bypass recently. She's in great shape.
Damn, man.
She's always looked good. She's always been in shape. She's always exercised. She's always been doing stuff. They did a angiogram where they go through the wrist, and they looked in there for like 5 minutes. They're like, holy shit, like you have tons of plaque, 95% blockage or whatever. And so they did a surgery. She's recovering from it now.
It was recent.
It was recent. And then my wife had, because I was like, hey, you know, you should get a lot of stuff checked too. Yeah. So in her genetic testing, that Lp(a) was elevated quite a bit. So we're like, well, we should get your plaque checked, because if your mother could have done it at 50, you know, maybe she wouldn't have had to go through that surgery. You know?
Right. And now, like, with all the advancements in treatment options, like, I mean, you're probably better versed than I am, but the things that are coming out, you might not even need surgery for it.
Oh, no, yeah, there's so much shit you can do now that you can. The weird thing is, I think that everyone always thinks that there's remedies for stuff, and there's really not.
Right.
You start to learn about disease. Like if someone was like, hey, I have diabetes, you'd think, all right, well, you just eat better and you train.
It's treatment options.
Well, yeah, eating better and training will almost always help with just about everything you can think of. That's true, but diabetes is really complicated, and there's many layers to it. And you don't just, you know, train and lose weight. You don't just have your waist get smaller. Even if you do all that stuff and have your best efforts and you lose 40 pounds, yes, your outcomes will be better, but you'll probably still have type 2 diabetes, and you'll probably still have to figure out how to manage your blood sugar, and you'll probably still have to figure out how to manage your blood sugar with pharmaceuticals.
Right.
So it's not like it doesn't happen as quickly as the internet wants to make it seem like it's going to happen. And then as you dive deeper into something like heart disease, you would be like, oh, well, there's got to be remedies for plaque. There are none currently.
Wow.
There's no remedy for plaque except for surgery. It's the only way you can remove it. So there's things like nattokinase that people believe in, and there's some other things, and there's some things coming down the pipeline that seem really promising. But nowhere in the history of the world has anybody really reversed their plaque with real data. So people say they have. It's like, mine used to be 1,200, now it's 200. But they don't have before and afters.
Right.
So it's like, you're just talking out your ass if you don't have any, like, we need some data. You know? And once you start to develop some data, then you can kind of make better calls. But as you're pointing out, people get their blood work done. They can get proper assistance. Even something as little as, well, it's not even little, but having something like your homocysteine be off. It could be causing a cascade of a lot of other things. It could be putting pressure on your kidneys, could be putting pressure on your heart, right? And if you can just take some B vitamins and potentially have that assist along with a couple other things that you do, well, shit, that would be great, right? And then you don't develop, you know, further and further problems. Let's move on to this guy over here. Do some chesticles, some chest pressing.
I feel like you're dumbing it down just for me today.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, it's like train, chat, you know,
Yeah.
and just get in some movement.
I seen you on that thing and doing some speed work.
Yeah,
and
some
slam ball.
sprints and stuff. Yeah.
I said, no fucking way am I doing that.
I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been doing like farmers carries and just, I don't know, just mixing it up, having fun.
Dude,
Sandbags.
I watch. I actually, in one of my videos recently, it was giving you a lot of props, dude. It was,
I see a lot of your stuff too.
it was, you know, I think you get hated on for doing that shit sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, here's a guy that's just like trying different shit out, right?
Right.
And like, I get it because I don't powerlift anymore. And you like, it's got to be a way to like keep it entertaining for yourself,
Right.
but also chasing new goals.
Yeah.
Like,
New goals and just feeling good. I came in here the other day and I just did a bunch of like mobility stuff. I did a bunch of twisty shit with this thing, and it's like kind of the first time I've done a workout where there was no bodybuilding or powerlifting or strongman to be found, you know, and it felt good.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
49.
Oh, geez. I always think you're a lot older than me. You're not.
How old are you?
41.
41.
But
Yeah, you know, everyone will get
body
there.
age-wise, I'm like closer to like 70. My shit's been through a lot.
With, you know, I've seen Arnold train before at Gold's Gym, and he just kind of bops around from machine to machine, has a great time, just looks like he's still going, you know, he's still pushing to failure. Like he's working out, you know.
Yeah.
People ask him for pictures, and he always says afterwards. You know,
Okay.
he takes pictures with people out in the parking lot and whatever, but he's like, you know, he's training, but it's kind of great because you're just like, well,
And he's 79.
yeah, he doesn't have to do, you know, he can just do whatever the hell he wants, basically. But he
Yeah.
goes in and he's just a little bit of free weights, I think, but mainly machines. Goes from machine to machine, and when you train that way, you just realize like how much easier that stress is on your body.
Yeah.
Versus like bent over rows, military presses,
Yeah.
heavy deadlifts, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm starting.
Deadlifts are a beautiful input, though. It's like you just deadlift and it smashes everything.
But you know, like when I previously like deadlifting, then you do RDLs and you do GHR, then you hit the pitch arc, and then like I cut all that shit out now. And if I deadlift heavy, that's like all I do for the day, and then I feel great.
Go home, go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean you can only train as hard as you can recover. So
Do you still train people?
I do a lot of personal training.
Oh, awesome.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will never. I actually stopped online coaching so I could train more people in person.
It's rare. There's not a lot of people on the front lines still.
Well, I feel like it's necessary. I have the population in my gym to do it, and online coaching just pisses me off.
I always call Jesse Burdick when I'll have different people come in here. Sometimes somebody might bring their kid in here that plays baseball or football or whatever. I call Jesse right away because Jesse's still on the front lines. He's still active with working with people, and there's such a huge difference. I've been way out of practice with working with people in person, and so when someone comes, he's the first guy that I call because I'm like, he's still on the front lines, still doing it.
He still loves it.
He loves it. He does love it.
What do you not like about coaching?
For me, it's just like it's nothing. It's as simple as like I can get someone to move differently in a matter of 20 minutes when I'm working with them in person. Online, it's a lot of back and forth. They got to film themselves, bring it back, so the feedback isn't as instantaneous. So and what you have to charge, what I charge in person to make that kind of money versus what I'm going to have to charge for online, just seems like almost not worth it for the person that's buying. So I feel like I can't be the best coach I can be for the amount of money that they're going to pay me.
That's a really good point. Yeah, I mean, if you were to think of trying to explain a squat, you send a couple videos over to somebody, they send a couple videos back, and the videos never really show you, you know, what you really need to see anyway. But you watch the video, you try to give them a critique. It's way different in person. You know, there could be so many little errors that they're making that you can't really pinpoint via just some side angle video or even front angle. Even if they get multiple angles, it's going to be way harder to communicate that way than it is in person.
Dude, I like this machine.
It feels amazing, doesn't it? Yeah, I like these a lot.
That's not incline at Feels like an incline.
Yeah, it is a little bit inclined. Yeah, I think it is. They make an incline one that's like steeper, but
I like the fat grip on there.
yeah. Yeah, these machines are great. I mean, you've seen them before. You can change the cam.
Yeah.
That's really nice to be able to change the resistance. How'd you build? What were some of the main things you did to build a 600-pound bench? I know you said you built up your arms.
Yeah. So I was just like an average gym goer and just benching, and I liked benching, so I would load that up a little heavier. I didn't always deadlift, and I would squat, but mostly for reps. So building, like when I got to Barbell Brigade, started working with a coach there, the programming was a little different, so starting pauses helped me a lot. Doing the Spoto grip press, where you're controlling that weight, bringing it down closely, then the stronger I got, the more narrow my grip would get. And then I always loved doing heavy dumbbells.
Yeah.
Heavy dumbbells, like destabilization in my shoulder from doing a heavy incline would transfer into like securing more weight in my hands without feeling like it was sketchy.
Yeah, you move those monster dumbbells that we had. What was those, 220?
Yeah, it's something like
And
that.
they're weird and huge too.
They had like that weird grip. Yeah. It was, Stan got them in a yard sale. Said some guy welded that shit together. And,
Yeah.
What'd you do with those?
I don't know where they are anymore.
Last time I saw them, they were holding down a monolift.
Yeah. I don't know where the hell those things are. Those things were gnarly to pick up.
Yeah.
But I remember Stan. So Stan was like, I don't know, he's really forward thinking, you know?
Yeah.
He does all these warm-ups, and he's got these elbow sleeves on, and he's benching really heavy dumbbells. And in the last set, when he goes to the heaviest dumbbells, these giant dumbbells that at that time only Roy and myself pressed. I think I pressed it on a flat bench for like 2 or 3 reps. I think Roy did like 5 or 6 reps on a flat bench, and then Stan did it, I think, on an incline bench, right?
Yeah.
So Stan has these elbow sleeves on. He's wearing for all his warm-ups, 100 pounds, 150. Then he gets to these crazy ones that are like 220 or whatever. He starts taking his sleeves off. I'm like, what is he doing?
Right.
And then he takes his sleeves off and he puts them on his legs. He puts them right here.
Yeah.
And then he gets the dumbbells and he puts them right there because these dumbbells have this like real thick knob on them. So he just wanted the protection here on the knees. And then when he did his set, I was like, why did you take them off your elbows? He's like, I just didn't want people talking shit.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you got the elbow sleeves on. And that was like, it's like 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Before people were really talking trash as much as they do now, you know?
Oh,
I thought that was like really forward thinking
Yeah.
of him to do that.
Forward thinking on trash.
Yeah, trash talking.
He's got to protect his
He was
reputation.
good trash talker too.
Dude, I'm bad at it.
Talking to Ben White, remember that? Ben White, the bodybuilder, powerlifter.
I don't remember. I remember him and Johnny Jackson.
Johnny Jackson, yep.
I don't even know who Ben White is.
Ben White bench 6. He was strong. Pulled around 8.
He was a pro bodybuilder?
I think so. Yeah, he must have been. Whoa. Anybody else in your family have similar kidney issue?
Not full blown, but yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin has stage 3.
Damn.
But he caught it because I caught it.
Right.
Well, he caught it because I lost it.
Yeah. So he's able to manage it or control it somehow.
He's on meds.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing you can do.
What kind of medication do they give for kidneys? Like, what do you do for kidneys?
Depending on the stage. So like I'm on anti-rejections now. I got a new kidney. But then they have these preemptive medications you can take. They kind of stabilize where you're at. And that's what he takes. I don't know the name.
A lot of times they're blood pressure medications, right? And a lot of times they're diuretics.
Well, so like, dude, FSGS is this blanket, like what we're talking about, chronic kidney disease, is this blanket statement. It's like saying I have cancer. It's like what type of cancer, like what caused it, and there's all these other issues that could play a role. Yeah, and if you have the genetic form of FSGS, which you'll only know if you do the genetic testing, which they do right before transplant, and that's like how I found out, because there was a while there, like I was like, oh, maybe steroids did do it. But then when I got the genetic testing, it came back positive. And even after my transplant, the FSGS came back, while I was in the hospital, I wasn't doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like the true indicator that I had it. But there's a ton of different medications that can help. But ultimately, right now, there's no cure for FSGS. Like I know a young girl that has it. I know a few other guys that have reached out, and just progressively gets worse. They can slow it down. And
I think when it comes to like many different diseases, people want to be able to blame something or someone, and then it's easy to look at an obese person and just blame them.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't know what their story is. I mean, you could say, "Oh, I don't really care about their story. Their story is a bunch of excuses." And it's like, well, maybe then they've been really heavy since they were really young. Maybe their parents are somewhat at fault.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's multiple responsibilities. I think the same thing is true of a disease. There's multiple things happening. You know, for myself, with plaque, I'm like, well, I can't deny the fact that I went around 330 pounds for a little while.
Yeah.
But that was also, to play devil's advocate against that, I only did that for a little while.
Yeah.
I usually weighed about the weight that I weigh right now. This is my normal.
Yeah.
This is what I played football at. This is what I was when I got married. This is like my normal weight is like under 220. And I've always been health conscious. I've always been somebody that exercises, lifts. I've been into track, boxing, football, all kinds of different sports over the years. Again, I'm not going to deny what I did. I'm not going to deny that I have done steroids since I was 25, and I'm going to be 50.
Yeah.
So 25 years of performance enhancing drugs. They definitely could have had an impact, but my dad never touched steroids, also had a heart attack.
Right.
My uncle's had, there's a lot of family history there too. So I think in my case, I mean, I take the responsibility and say, okay, fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take that on my back for sure. And I'll take the responsibility of that. But I think it's a combination.
Yeah. But ultimately, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, because you're just in the spot.
Yeah. Either way, it's something you have to deal with. And like you said, people look for something to blame, but it doesn't change the end result.
Like if they
you're
hear
sick,
about
you're sick.
Flex Wheeler and his kidney issue, he had kidney issues, right?
He had a transplant, but his was so old they had to go in. Like, luckily for me, they don't do this anymore, but they had to remove an artery out of his leg. That's why he lost his leg.
Wow.
Because he ended up losing the circulation of that foot. So they use an artery to use it here. Now they just use an artery that's in your groin.
Would you agree that like a lot of things in a bodybuilding lifestyle, like a real high level bodybuilding lifestyle, and a lot of things in a high level powerlifting lifestyle, just not helpful towards like being healthier?
Yeah, this is how I always explain it when I have people that come in and ask me about these things. Like strength training in general, great, right? Like hypertrophy, more muscle is great. Like most people aren't going to be able to put on too much muscle, but anything to an extreme, like it's almost like this bell curve, right? You have doing nothing, doing whatever you want to classify optimal amount, and then you have an extreme.
Right.
Like both sides of it are bad.
I agree 100%. And even to push that a little further, I would say even bodybuilding, even if you're doing it naturally, and I would say powerlifting, even if you're doing it naturally, if you're going to the extreme, if you're bulking and cutting and you're doing a lot of stuff like that, there's a lot of negative side effects to those things. I mean, extreme dieting does all kinds of stuff to your testosterone, and dehydrating yourself all that much for bodybuilding shows and so on, even again without the PEDs.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of that, the bulking side of things can be problematic. But also, we don't even realize how detrimental training can be to us. We know, like, I don't know how much you've ever heard of this or looked into this, but really high-level runners have all kinds of heart issues.
Yeah, I do know.
They start running really fucking far, and they start having a lot of trouble because they're on that end of the extremes. Now, coming in here, always holding our breath, always hunkering down on every weight all the time. I mean, just look at the facial expressions of somebody doing a hack squat, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, just say you were bringing a client in, a couple, maybe a husband and a wife, and you're showing them the gym, and there's a guy, on the hack squat, and you're like showing people the gym. The guy's just absolutely going crazy, screaming, which isn't necessarily a negative. It's
Right.
like, oh, the guy's working hard, and that's the way the guy likes to train. Those two people that maybe they don't know anything about fitness, they probably look at that and say, that's not healthy.
Right.
Like I don't want to start there.
Right.
I want to start out over on this other side of the gym where you maybe have machines and the elliptical and some of that stuff, because I think inherently, we somewhere in our brain, we know that.
Right.
We know that some of that stuff is, and again, it's like, it's weird too, because there's definitely a lot of positives to training like that.
Right.
Mentally, physically, what it does for our muscles, what it does for hypertrophy. But again, like you're saying, if you're just way too far on any end of the extremes, there could be some negative health outcomes.
Right.
Yeah, because even now, like one of my friends who's done a deep dive into all this heart stuff, and he's super smart. He and I talk back and forth, and he'll see like a video of me lifting, and he's like, dude, he's like, don't get tempted, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, it's not worth it to skyrocket your blood pressure. If, you know, I have a weird situation too, because I have plaque, but I don't have particular blockage. So I've accumulated quite a bit of plaque, but I guess in some sort of lucky way, it's like spread out decently. And you know, I don't need I don't need a stint or anything like that. But if my plaque continues to rise,
You will.
I would need that. Yeah, I would need an intervention of I think my left ventricle has 0 plaque.
That's crazy.
So I'm like,
That's normally where it would start. Like
I know, it's really weird. I'm still learning all the time. Still learning about it.
Yeah. So that's what, like, you got a good group around you, because, like, dude, you're doing a lot, right? Like, you're still doing videos,
right?
You're still training hard, you're running your company, like, and you do a lot of research, which, like, is admirable, but you're never going to know as much as, like, the top researchers, right?
Right.
So this is why I have and trust the medical team I'm with, and just letting them do their thing, and I'm just like very complacent to what they have to say. Alex tells me, hey, we should try this, I do it. My nephrologist says we got to do this, I try to do it. Not to say I do it blindly, like I definitely try to do my own research, but it's just ultimately like what we're saying is, dude, there's just so much out there, and I can't be an expert at everything.
Right.
I got to focus on the things that are providing the lifestyle for me, and then after that, it's just like what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So I do love health and fitness and strength training and all these things, but ultimately, like, I'm not a doctor. Me giving you medical advice is never going to help me.
Yeah, right.
So I just stick to my lane.
Your your stuff with your kidneys, do you like? Is it anything you worry about anymore as much?
Well, yeah, dude. Like I'll need another transplant eventually. It's not a life. It's like I said,
20 years or something.
Yeah, hopefully they say 20 years. Average is 12, but the transplant team I'm with, they average about 20 years. Mm-hmm. I'm banking on medical science coming up with something, dude. Whether it's like a fucking
3D printed.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm hoping. Just because I don't want, like, you know, like Luke Edwards. Mm-hmm. He's been through 3.
Wow.
And he's going to need a 4th.
I remember he was like breaking all-time world records, and he's like, he had to retire, I think.
Well, he retired, then he came back, squatted 1,000 after his first transplant.
Damn.
And then he went into failure again. And then this last time, like, I still talk to him occasionally, and he'll just like, you know, those aren't my goals anymore. And I'm like, dude, I don't blame you. Like, longevity is my primary goal.
Right.
Like, we're joking about my size.
Or even longevity, just to when you have something as tragic happen that you had happen, now you're just thinking, hey, it would be cool to make it to 60, cool to make it to 70.
I don't think that's
right.
for me, but yeah, exactly. You've definitely taken years off your life.
Right.
So then it becomes about quality of years. And, But yeah,
right.
to me, being jacked and strong is like bottom of the priority list. Like, I like doing it. I like working out. I won't stop. But it's not like if I don't bench 500 again, is it get a crush? Like, I'm okay with never benching 6.
Right.
I'm okay with not competing anymore. Where if you would ask me that, I think we talked about this when we did that podcast when I was on dialysis. I was like, I do want to come back.
Yeah.
And that was something that motivated me, because it's a mental game, man. Like, dialysis is a motherfucker, and you get depressed, and you feel like shit every day, and it's just day in and day out of that. So living with that mentality, it was one of the few things that got me through it, was this idea I can make a comeback. And then the minute I'm out of it, I'm like, dude, I'm good. Like, we don't need to compete. I don't have anything to prove.
Right.
I feel healthy, and I want to keep feeling healthy.
Well, you're still able to hold on to a crazy amount of muscle too,
Well, yeah.
even though it's not the amount that you want.
It's not, dude. It's not my size. It's the strength I miss the most.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like I feel weaker. Like my grip is weaker. But a lot of that has to do with how often I can train hard. My ability to progress.
Mm-hmm.
But it just changes, you know. I don't really work on being explosive anymore. Do a lot more time under tension.
What about, you know, like you had a 37-inch vertical. What about maybe getting into like a little bit more athletic stuff?
Yeah, I tore my quad jumping. But I dove into the pool for the first time in 8 years. It was sketchy.
Like recently?
When I was in Spain, yeah, I went and dove into the pool. I jumped off my leg. We were like, okay, we're shutting that down. I'm not doing that anymore. I would like to get back into running.
Yeah.
That would be something I think is cool. And plus, I feel like that's just like a life skill. You know, like if you can't run away from something,
Yeah.
it's pretty limiting.
Yeah, a little bit of sprinting, maybe a little bit of agility stuff, maybe.
Yeah, I find like if I can go on an incline, like a small grade, I can do a little sprint. I can sprint more.
Right.
Than if I try to do it on flat. But it's
the flat you end up with like a lot of velocity, like you're going too fast.
Well,
and so it just
the
hamstring wants to go.
Fast these days.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than that 4.7 I ran.
Right.
And I still got a little hit in my step because of the quad tear.
Jesus.
So I'm just like wobbling.
You were just in Spain on like vacation and you just like...
Yeah, we went to, I've never been to Europe, so we spent 2 weeks on the Mediterranean.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was great, yeah.
That's super cool. That's going to Europe is amazing.
Yeah.
I will do some flies. That's maybe a little bit on the light side. Yeah, I did some deadlifts the other day. There's some, I've been doing mainly like, for that kind of stuff, mainly a little bit more explosive stuff.
Yeah, so when you're jumping with it?
Yeah, jumping with it a little bit. And then I'm going to probably start to do a little bit more, like good mornings out of the rack. And
You
start loading stuff up again a little bit.
You do any vertical load? Because every time I see you squat, it's like on the...
Yeah, oh yeah, only with a belt squat usually. Yeah, I don't have anything on my back usually, but I am going to start to bring some of that back in because it will help. It will help with the sprints and stuff, you know. So
Oh yeah.
they go together really well, actually.
Yeah, but like probably not down to parallel.
No, probably not even close. Ed Cohn said my squats are always high anyway.
Yeah. He's still Ed's still
Always talking shit.
Yeah, he's also, dude, he's one of the most supportive guys though.
Ever.
Like, when I got sick, you know, he's one of the few guys that like would call, check, him and Stan would call, check in on me. I know you did too.
Yep.
And most people when I got sick could care less. But Ed, you know, I don't even have that great relationship with him.
Yeah.
But now when I see him, because he's in Chicago, we do a lot of the same powerlifting events.
Yeah.
So he's there. We chatted up for like an hour.
Oh, he's insanely nice.
He's always trying to give me free weed pens. Yeah.
He's always got some side hustle going.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed's incredible. That's why I always told him. I was like, I know it's the corniest thing in the world, but like, he just has a championship mindset all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, he's just a good dude. Dude, like a lot of people, especially in the fitness industry, they're just not good people. And it's sad to say, but
It's definitely, you know, a lot of the things in powerlifting and or bodybuilding, they're things that are, you know, attractive to people that get tunnel vision about themselves and their own goals. And then so it's like a certain subset of the population, you know, and then maybe they don't realize or think of other people's experiences. I try to do that a lot myself. I try to think of other people's perspectives.
yeah.
And then even with my mother-in-law, you know, she's only right here. She's right next to my house. So
Yeah.
it's super close. But I'm just like, it's so easy for me to just visit her every day.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll go over there, talk to her for an hour, talk to her for 2 hours.
She probably appreciates it.
Just fucking hanging out. Well, we got to get her mind off it, right?
Yeah.
You know, oh, I got to go to rehab today. Oh, I got to, you know, it's like, just,
Dude,
let's just hang out. Just talk about some shitty movies that you watched that you didn't like, you know?
Yeah. That goes a long way, dude, especially for someone going through something.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody visit you in the hospital and you just start reminiscing or talking about something different. It's like
Yeah.
you've got your mind off that fucking thing just for a minute. It's nice, you know?
Dude, that's like,
Because worry is like, how dangerous is worrying? You know, it's like fucking worst.
well, and you got to have a positive outcome. And rather than like focusing on what could go wrong,
Right.
if you have something that's like keeping you like what life after the incident, right? So
Right.
whatever you're going through, you got to think, all right, what's it going to look like after we get through this? Versus this is what my rest of my life's going to look like.
You're able to, I mean, I know you said you did 700 for 3 on the deadlift, but aside from that, have you lifted like all that heavy otherwise?
Bench and deads got pretty good for a while. I came back with the intention of powerlifting. So I worked up, like I could hit 400 for 5 on bench. I did 455 off a block, but it's just like so hit or miss. Squat was never great. Squat took a while to come back and I ended up injuring. So when I got the transplant, they actually come through here. I lost all the nerve endings in my right leg. And then because of my left knee, I was compensating in the squat.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm coming down, I'm like shifting, and that shift ended up turning into a lateral tear, which I re-injured twice trying to come back into squats. So I just went slow. Like I squat 400 now. I could do a set of 8. That's like as heavy as I go. So that was as close as it got, like 400-pound bench, 700-pound dead, and then, 400 for a light squat. But
How do you think, like, it's like a complicated thing sometimes to try to answer, but how do you hold on to like so much mass?
yeah, so
I mean, the weights you just mentioned those are still big weights.
they're not though.
They're still big weights, but to
Comparatively.
be like I think you're still pretty huge. You probably don't feel that way, but
I do not.
you're still pretty. I'm not.
Yeah. Alex says I have a huge repository for muscle mass. I'm just one of those guys. I don't have to do as much. Like I've always been.
Was there
lean.
something he saw in your blood work or history or genetics or something, or just by looking at you?
Yeah, I think that it's like one. I'm what you like. So I still take testosterone like with Alex, and he's like, I don't need huge amounts of it to get a lot. So he says I have a lot of androgen receptors. So that's what helps. Because like my blood, like I'm at a 900 level test, and I do sub-Q daily injections. But I have clients that are at 900 tests. They're not nearly the size I am.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, testosterone is a weird one because Sean Baker has had his he's put his blood work out a bunch, and a lot of times his testosterone is like 400.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. I mean, he's 6'5".
Yeah.
He's probably 250, 260.
Wow.
Holds on to pretty good muscle mass,
Yeah.
And I know my brother's testosterone was really tanked at one point. I want to say it was like 150 or something. It was something wild.
Yeah.
His testosterone was in the gutter, but at that time he was taking some SARMs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he deadlifted 700 for a triple on the wagon wheels.
Yeah. And just to be clear, when I say 900 and only at 900, I don't mean that that's a low number. That's what me and Alex try to strive for is like the top end of what's
700
average.
to 1,000.
Yeah, 700 to 1,000 exactly. And then like if I go over 1,000,
And we're not injecting 700 to 1,000. It's your test results.
yeah,
your
nanograms per milliliter.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm in that range, then we're fine. But like I'm definitely not in the average. Like I wouldn't do it to stay average. I want to be above average.
I did so you're talking about sub-Q shots and like smaller shots. I did 200 milligram shot of testosterone every day for a month.
Good God.
Just to kind of see what it would do. This is years ago.
All right.
This is a long time ago. And then when I got my
there's got to be a point of diminishing returns.
There's kind of not because Chase Irons has pushed the limits on that before. I don't know if you know who that is, but he did like 10,000, I don't know, 20,000 milligrams a week or something crazy. He had some. He mentioned it on our podcast what his test levels were per deciliter or whatever. It was something just outrageous, but mine was like 4,000 or something, and I didn't see any extra. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't do for you what you're going to think it's going to do.
No, and that's what a lot of misconception comes from.
Well, I've never seen anybody go from like, let's say a 700-pound squat to like 1,000-pound squat just from like taking more shit.
No,
it's not like they take a bunch of extra stuff and then a year later now they're squatting 1,000. It still takes time.
What did Colton credit it to? Because you did an interview with him.
Yeah.
And he went from like a 1,500 total to now 2,600 total.
Yeah.
And it couldn't
2,700 pound total.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2,700 pound total. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I don't ever want to compete again.
Well, with him, I think it's a combination of, that was when he was younger. It was probably when he was natural.
Yeah, he's only 24. Right?
He's probably a hyper responder to training. He's probably a hyper responder to drugs. I don't think you're gonna find out that he's on some peptide that nobody knows about.
No.
There's not some weird hidden thing. Just to take a total guess, I would imagine he does either testosterone and deca or testosterone and equipoise. That's like every powerlifter runs some combination of that, and then they do a bunch of D-ball when the meet comes around. So I can't imagine him doing anything different. I remember when Stan came into powerlifting and he's like, all right, well, what do I need to take? What am I supposed to do? I was like, take like 400 to 600 tests and then take like the same amount of deca, and then we'll have you take Diana ball like going into the competition. And he's like, oh man, he's like, this is like being off in comparison to bodybuilding.
Yeah. Well, they have to worry about like.
He's like, I'm drug free.
Yeah. They have to worry about body composition, retaining water, all that shit. Like, so they got to do things to equal that out, androgen to anabolic levels.
And so they got to take more diversity of things and stuff like that. Yeah, it is crazy how big you can get your face for powerlifting.
Oh yeah.
Remember Adam? He always had. Me and him were always battling it out. Who had a bigger face?
He still does.
Yeah, he's just born with it.
Dude, yeah.
He's got a kid now, right?
2.
Damn.
What's crazy? Dude,
that's great.
What's crazy is he looks almost the same.
Yep.
And he lifts like 3 days a week.
Really?
Yeah. At LA Fitness.
Remember how good he was at squatting? Like he got that wide base.
Yeah, he got that from watching you.
Yep.
In gear.
Oh yeah, he told me. He's like, I thought that's just the way you squatted. He's like, and I like pulled my groin every week. All you guys, I think, were doing that.
Fuck no, I was never one.
I was like,
Larry tried to get me to pull sumo once, and I fucked my back up. I'm like, I'm never doing that. I always had like a shoulder width and then tighter.
Yeah, the sumo deadlift can be like a shock when you're not used to doing them.
Yeah.
You start to just bring your feet out even just a little bit, and you're like, oh shit, that feels like it's gonna hurt.
Like my biggest issue, I'm not mobile.
Yeah.
I'm not flexible. I've never worked at it. I've always been tight.
Yeah, I've always been tight too. I think like I try to think back to a time when because people are like, oh, as you get older, you lose mobility. I'm like, I think I'm gaining mobility because like my mobility's always been horrible.
Well, being lighter, I'm sure helps.
Yeah.
Not training as heavy, I'm sure helps.
Not training as heavy has been unbelievable. Like just not having that. My back will still get pretty stiff because sprinting just kind of pulls your legs apart and pulls your body apart. But everything feels really good. Like I do a bunch of weird stuff now. Like I'll do, like in between benching or something, I might just come over here and like, just kind of like hop underneath here and just do shit like this. It's just like a drill just to kind of open shit up a little bit.
How much time do you think you spent training today?
A lot.
Hey, dude, this is the bench I benched 600 on.
Yeah. Yep, never threw it away. I still spend quite a bit of time training if you were to grab all of it.
That's what I'm saying. So you do like multiple workouts.
Because between the like running and the Like some of the running workouts, because I'm still new to them, they'll take like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And then these training sessions, most of these training sessions could take 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But I do it with my friends, and we just like
Bullshit.
we bullshit forever. I'll still do cardio here and there. I'll still just do regular, just boring ass, hit a Stairmaster cardio, just because I kind of dig it.
Yeah.
So I've always kind of liked the like mindlessness of it, you know.
I do cardio because it's recommended. Like, I do it for my heart.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I do it.
People don't train their heart. I got a lot of friends recently that were telling me, they're like, man, I don't have any energy, and they're like, I got my blood work done, everything looks normal. I'm like, you got to do some cardio, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you have like 0 VO2 max, 0 cardiac strength.
Yeah, it starts shifting in your late 40s. Shit, even in your late 30s.
Yeah, if you're not doing anything about it, could even be in your 20s.
That's true.
Ooh, that felt good. Yeah, I'll always love training, you know.
Same.
Just getting that blood, getting like a pump. Nothing feels quite like it. I do, have friends on both sides of the spectrum. I got some friends that like to train, but they like to kind of like, they like to do too much bullshit stuff in their training, so they never get the hypertrophy side.
Yeah.
And then I got my other buddies that all they love is like the hypertrophy heavy stuff. And they don't do any circuit training or any cardiovascular training. I can see both sides. I can understand why, you only gravitate towards one a little bit more.
Right.
But man, a little bit of both goes such a long way.
Yeah, I think it depends on where you're at with your athletic career too.
Right.
Like when you were powerlifting, you didn't spend any time working on this other stuff. If you
Not really. Very, very rarely. I mean, just a little bit of like sled work.
Yeah. So like if you want to be a good bodybuilder, you want to be a good powerlifter, you have to spend a lot of time practicing being good at it. But like
A majority of your time, yep.
yeah, now I get like 40 minutes in a day to work out. So I just got to be real selective on what I can or can't do.
Right.
So I try to get like the bigger movements in. And
Maybe 2 exercises per body part type deal.
yeah, and I do splits, so it's just upper, lower.
Let's mess with these hammer things over here. I think you'll dig them. You'll probably be pretty good at them. I kind of suck at them, but you probably still have pretty good grip and stuff.
I grip as shit. We got one of those grip testers.
Yeah, have you ever done those before?
I just got one.
Yeah, mine's terrible.
Yeah, mine too.
Mine is like I think like the best I've had on there has been like 160.
That's better than I got. I got 147.
So a lot of times I'm like 113, and it's funny because I'll grip it. I'm like, oh, I really gripped it good on that one. And then I look at it, it says 113. I'm like, what the fuck?
What's the highest you've seen?
The highest I've seen just for myself is like that 160.
No, like from somebody else.
Somebody did
in person though, not just.
Oh yeah, on the internet I saw someone do 200 kilos.
Oh Jesus.
In person, one of my buddies does like 180 consistently.
Okay.
And he's in his 60s, but he's
Jesus.
6'5", and he's got just crazy grip. So yeah, just like this. And the closer you are to the top, the easier it's going to be, but it gets your grip and your forearms. If you want to make it any more difficult for whatever reason, you just grab it lower.
It's either going to be hard or it's going to hurt.
Yep. That's true.
I got fucked up joints now.
Welcome to being over 40.
Dude, I don't know if that's it or if it's just like a lot of the medication I'm on just causes these weird issues.
Yeah.
And then being on dialysis so long, I just have like calcium deposits in my joints now. How much time you got? Because I could really go on with my excuses.
We got whatever amount of time you need to explain them all.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, these are hard.
It's cool though. Like it's just different. I've been trying to mess with them for the last couple weeks.
You ever rotate them? Or you just try to keep them in that neutral position?
I think, you can, like, whatever way you want to do them, I think is good. Yeah, my friend brought those in. And he's got a crazy grip because of his job. He's a lineman. He puts all the cables up and shit. So he'll go up in those buckets. And then he's in, like, when you're in those buckets, I mean, I have no idea what it would feel like, but he said it's real unstable.
Yeah.
You're in the bucket and then you're grabbing stuff and you're pulling all different kinds of ways and stuff. So yeah, he can, like, just grip this shit. He twirls this thing around like it's a fucking pencil. It's like 30 pounds.
I think it's snap my wrist.
Yeah, same. He brought these in. I'm like, do you have a 20? These are 25s. Yeah. So these little ridges right here, if you grab down, like, any ridge that you go down, just makes
I'm choked up all the way.
Yeah, so was I.
I'm not trying.
So was I. I'm gonna try a couple right here. See if I can do it down there.
I'm real comfortable with being humble these days.
Right? Yeah, it breaks my wrist down.
Yeah.
Try to grab it up higher.
What'd you weigh in that picture? Were you 242?
Woo. That picture, yeah, I'm in like the I think, you know what, in that picture in particular, I'm like right around 250.
But that's when you're competing at 242?
Yep. Because
you were still gunning for 6 at that point, weren't you?
Yeah, and I think when they did that, the day before that, I did 505 for 3.
Yeah.
On the bench, and I weighed like 245 or so, somewhere in that range, 250.
Because that was a picture that was published in some magazine, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's why I put that in Power Magazine, and it ended up in bodybuilding.com.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, joint-wise, I'm pretty good. Like hips, knees, elbows.
It's my biggest complaint.
Yeah, everything's pretty good. Every once in a while, I'll have like a fuck your elbow moment.
Did you ever get that, like, diagnosed?
Yeah, I did, and it just kind of led me down like a. They were like, well, you can get surgery, but we can't really guarantee that your arm's going to be, strong enough to do what you want to do. So you probably just best to take some time off and then try to, see what you can do from there.
And that's ultimately why you retired, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, let me back away from this for a little bit. And then I rehabbed it, and I started getting stronger again. Started hitting some heavier dumbbells and a bunch of stuff like that. And then I was doing a workout, and I think I just doing like 465, and I was supposed to do like 6 sets of 4 reps with 465, and I'm drilling them. They feel really good, but I got my elbows wrapped. My elbows just in so much pain. Like scale of 1 to 10, it feels like an 11.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is only 460. Like, this is a pretty good workout, but this is only 465.
Yeah.
I have so much further to go, and I've just been powerlifting for a long time already. I think I'm fucking good. Yeah. Looking back at it, it was good that I just turned and just shifted gears. But looking back on it, I think if I wanted to, I could have stepped away for like a year and just took my time and probably came back. Because now my elbow feels fine.
You were only like 40 when that happened.
Yeah, probably 40, yeah.
But that was right after you benched 500 at 240 or 220.
220.
Yeah, that's
yep.
I think, dude, you left on a good note.
Yep.
Everyone always has those questions like, what else could I have done? But you did a lot.
Yeah.
And you ended on like some success.
I always wanted to deadlift 800, and that never happened. And I always wanted to bench 600 raw, and that never happened. But I never expected to lift any of the weights I lifted.
That's what I'm saying.
I never even really expected to pull 800 or to bench 600. It's just that those ended up
being the goal.
Those ended up showing up in front of me at some other point.
You would have hit those, you would have set new goals. And then
Right.
you would have been disappointed you
Yep.
didn't hit those.
Exactly.
So there's always a number.
Staying in Davis? Is that where you're at?
No, I'm in Sacramento.
Okay. Then you said you leave, what, tomorrow night?
No, tomorrow morning. I tried to get a flight out today, but there was nothing.
Really?
No,
It's weird.
I'm not going back to Indy. And there was no direct here, dude. It's fucking, nobody flies to Indianapolis.
Things get busy out there when the combine comes out that way?
It gets busy a few times a year.
Yeah. That's pretty cool at the combines out there.
Every year. A lot of the strength coaches come to my gym.
I remember going to Arizona one time, and I was with a friend of mine, and my friend's like, are we in like some sort of movie or something? He's like, what the fuck's going on? We're at the airport in Arizona. And I was like, why? What? He's like, look at these girls. He's like, look at these women. He's like, there's these beautiful women everywhere. And I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, yeah, they are everywhere. And it's because the baseball has like their baseball like tryouts there or
That's
something
right.
like that. Where they got the MLB, all the MLB guys. So chicks come from all over the place to go and check that out, the spring training.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's not a bad thing.
No.
Try this guy out. This isn't nothing crazy. Won't rip your shoulders out or anything, but it has shot in it. So if you just push it back over your head and just let it come down, you'll feel like it stretch your triceps and your shoulders. Called the Berserker Bar. Yeah. When you're big, it's like you need a lot of weight to pull you back.
Yeah, I was
you know
like,
what I mean?
it's not pulling me back.
Right? It's only pulling you back so much.
Well, it shows you how fucked up my shoulders are.
Right?
Yeah,
See if you can try to breathe, like when it goes over your head.
you're asking too much.
See if you can. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey, you got a little extra range out of that.
You got a real Rain Man vibe out here, dude. You got no music,
Yeah.
nothing but the thunder stick
Yeah.
and some nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool though.
Yeah, I usually crank some music, but
No, I get it.
yeah, this one, this is probably a little lighter than that one, but if you do one arm, you just see if you can kind of just get it back behind your head whatever way you can. Just go slow. Yep.
Yeah, the biggest part for me is the stretch.
Right.
Just like hurts, like a stretch hurts.
You're able to actually get your elbow up pretty decent though. That's not that bad. Like your elbow is going up pretty close to like your ear. Gotta try the other side.
Yeah, it's like this is
Straighten it up.
the shoulder that hurts.
People have real particular ways they like to move these things. Whenever I show people this stuff, I always like to let them just sort of find whatever ranges they can move in.
Oh, it is hard.
It's amazing. It's like challenging, right?
Yeah.
Put your arm like this. Relax. There you go. Now is that pulling on you a little bit more
Yeah.
than the other one? I'm gonna put it like here a little bit. I'll take it to the other side. Try the other arm. There you go. Hard to get those big boy muscles. See, it's like we also have the compression of his forearm and bicep hitting too, you know?
I think that's what saved me.
There's some limitation, but it also kind of like joint protective too in a way to have those muscles squish up against each other.